Hi everyone, Ozokillos here, and today we're gonna do some Bionicle video review, of course, and with some canister from 2007 from the first wave of this year, so some Baraki in fact, so the foes, if I can say, the enemies of the Kalmah, which will be released as part of the wave 2, but we are not still there, so just get going, and I'm gonna review some Kalmah today, so the red one, if I can say so, because there are no elements anymore. I think in the sea anyway, it's more like they are made from some aquatic, aquatic creatures. So anyway, here's the canister. As you can see, it's kind of weird shaped because it's first of all it's shaped upside down, as you can see, because the lid is in there. And this looks like a rock. In fact, all the canister looks like a rock, as you can see, and with some air, bubbles air, because of course we are in water. And as you can see, also the canisters, in fact, is in trans blue. So yeah, so apart from that special design, if I can say so, it does not own any gimmick at all. So no no try me function or stuff like that from the 2006 series, and no collectible or projectable holder like, for example, the first years. So anyway, as you can see, you have the front picture and you got some Kalmah. The background is the same for everyone, with some marine landscape and background with some air bubbles and some waters. The only difference is this little border you can see right here and here, which is in red, of course, for Kalmah, and what Kalmah is right here, and some logo and Baraki logo right here. So really nothing really to tell about this. Of course, on the side you got also some crack in the stone and some bubbles airs. The same for this side. And on the back you got some pose of Kalmah firing his squid launcher, which is the new projectile for this year, or at least the first new projectile, because the Kalmah will got some other projectile. How to launch the Baraki, and the fact on to launch the squid, excuse me. And the fact you can put the Kalmah in the canister, and then some calculator point. And the 5 other Baraki released as part of the first wave, and then some information. And of course you have to put this like that, for example, to have some stone-shaped big block of plastic. Right here, which is also, as you can see, in some dark red color, so it's like the color of Kalmah. And I think that's quite all. Just gonna put this back right here. And then we're gonna talk about the instruction booklet. So here it is. The cover again is printed vertically, but this time you can see you have kind of the Baraki in his full entirety, in his full body. So it's not cut on the legs, like for example the Bionicle. But again, the instruction booklet inside is printed horizontally. So yeah, there is nothing to show because there are no combiner in this instruction booklet. I think there are maybe some on the internet for to build some zigzag. I think you need some Takadox and a Predac and Kalmah maybe. So the combiner were released in the Brickmaster series, but not in the instruction booklet itself. So you got the part list right here, and then some ads for all the 6 Baraki and the squid ammo right here. And some ad for Bionicle Heroes game and the website. And that's quite all. So really a quick, if I can say so, instruction booklet. There really, apart from the instruction for Kalmah, there are nothing to tell about it. And then we're gonna build really quickly Kalmah, of course, because by a big block of parts. As you will see, Kalmah, the shame color of Kalmah is black, dark red or red metro red, and some orange also. So here's the lower part with the legs. As you can see, nothing new at all, because we find again, oh yeah, and one important fact to notice is the fact that the Baraki are all different shaped. They all got a different frame, kind of. So Kalmah is one of the simplest Baraki anyway, because it's bring really kind of a few new things anyway, but I'm still gonna review it. So you got your metro pelvis right here, then you got your legs with some double long connector in black, and as you can see, some new part. This is the if I can say the tight armor of Kalmah, or some new tight armor for the Baraki. The Baraki introduced 3 tight armors, so this is one of them. And as you can see, it's mainly red with some black fades, so nice stuff. But we see later that on Kalmah, this piece is used as a tight armor, but also as a shoulder armor, and then also on the other part, I forget the name, so I will search on my dictionary really fast later. Then you've got the leg, which is the waxy leg, which we haven't seen from the last time we have seen this was with the visor rack, but not in dark red, I think. Yeah, it was also released on Cedar rack, but still anyway. So here it's in dark red, and then you've got some new foot parts, which isn't really new because in fact it's your average Ordica foot, but with these two parts on the side molded into the original mold, I think. So like that, for example. But apart from these two parts, as you can see, if I just do that, it looks like exactly the same as the Ordica foot. So of course, like the Ordica foot, you are supposed to put the canister in this ways to attach it to the feet. So of course, it kind of blocks the articulation, but we'll come back on this later. So here it is. So in fact, you just got this new part and this kind of modified new part, but not really that news. Then we're gonna go with the upper part of the body. And as you will see, it's made with a Pyraka torso frame, so really nothing new at all. Then we find our tight armor, but used on this side. So I'm gonna just search the word to be sure I'm not saying something wrong, because I know the name for this stuff. Or at least I think it's called shoulder pad, but I'm not so sure. So I'm just gonna search. Okay, yeah. And oh yeah, I was wrong anyway. It was called shoulder pad, or yeah, in French it's called épaulette. Anyway, you got this shoulder pad. So again, you've got this in red and some black fade. And then you've got the arm, and again you've got this on the shoulder. You can see on the shoulder armor. This time it's already used. So you've got 6 of these parts in Kalmah. Then as you can see, in fact, the arms are kind of the legs because they use the same parts. I think this is the beginning of the the legs are the same as the arms anyway. So you will find again some waxy legs as part of the arms, but as you can see, they decide to change the way you put the part, so it's blocked at 90 degrees, but so it's kind of, it sucks, yeah, we'll talk about this in the articulation section later. Then you've got the infamous Bionicle squid launcher, which is an all molded plastic parts in soft plastic, yeah. So we're gonna see later how to launch some squid with that. As you can see, the squid are put on the back. In fact, the torso frame, the Pyraka torso frame, is put, I can say, in the reverse way, because normally you're supposed to put the torso like that on the Pyraka, but this time the front is on the back and vice versa. So yeah, here's the squid, as you can see, which is in a trans orange. Also, little stuff, the fact that all the squid are in a trans orange, apart from the one in the squid ammo, which are in light blue. Trans light blue, so it's really the end of the collectible, because this time there are just 2 colors, so we can't really call that collectible. You know, the Zama were like I think there exists like a 6 or maybe 7 colors for the Zama, but the squid they're just 2 colors, so it's a total disparition of the collectible. And on the other arm, which is the same, you've got some 2 tentacles, so there are new parts, as you can see, some with axle and some pinhole, and of course it's all soft plastic, but you can't let it like that. It's not like there are some kind of I do not have the name, but when you have some stuff in the plastic which lets you to mold to make some pose with the plastic part, but no, it's just soft plastic on this side. So yeah, it's shaped like that. So 2 tentacles, which makes this very if I can say so, a tall yeah. Yeah, the squid also are put with some Exoforce bot arms anyway. So yeah, this is one of the tallest weapon, I think. If you look at like that, it's really big. So yeah, we're gonna add the 2 parts together. So it's really simple because it's like the Pyraka, in fact, like that. So as you can see, because it's in the other way, we clearly see the pelvis on the front, the pelvis part. So it's kind of suck, but still will be reused on a later Torah and a later canister set. And then finally, to finish all of this, we're gonna put the head. So how the head of the Bionicle works. Remember, in 2006 we've got the Piraka and the Tonica, excuse me, which got some of which got I'm gonna find my word. Which got some organic face. This time is kind of the same, but with more hard plastic and with more regular technique parts. So yeah, you got the connectors and you got your your Ordica neck, or the part I call Ordica neck with one budget and 2 axle hole. Then you put this new part which has what you're gonna call the Bionicle teeth, as you can see right here. So you can close them with your fingers. So that's one of the really a little gimmick. And then as you can see, you got 2 pin all right here. We're gonna put this part with one side pin, one other side axle, and then we're gonna put the head with in these 2 axles. So right, so 2 axle hole, and here we go. As you can see, the head is kind of organic this time, but not with some soft plastic. Apart from the little tentacles behind it, on the back, excuse me. Apart from that, it's all some hard plastic, so it's look like more Bionicle in some way, because it's more hard plastic and not some soft cheap plastic anyway. As you can see, it's got some nice eyes, so new parts I think also, and it got 3 blue eyes. Some of the Bionicle got some red eyes, and the other got blue eyes anyway. And also some of them got some teeth on their head like that, so they are from the Lego system Viking I think, so you can punch them off. So this is just not to mean that it's not molded into the part, of course. Like the eyes, you can put them off, it's just a separate piece. And here you go, here's the finished head with the 2 big metallic teeth. Or tooth, maybe. So yeah, we're gonna just put it like that, and here we go, we have finished Kalmah. So for the articulation or possibility section, yeah, what is cool is that the shoulder right here, shoulder section, is not really that limited by the shoulder pad, because you can see it still follows the movement, so you can put this kind of up anyway, so it's not really a drawback. Of course, the drawback is the fact that this part blocks at 90 degrees. At least for me, it's really a drawback, but I'm really fond of articulation and posable sets. I really like to pose my sets the way I want. So when it blocks like 90 degrees, it kind of annoys me. Even if it's okay, it's not like it was just, it blocked at this point anyway. But still it blocked at 90 degrees, so yeah. The other arm is the same. The head can look down, look up, and look on the side, so there's absolutely no problem. And the legs finally, so yeah, there are nothing really to tell about the legs because they haven't changed for years, so you can put this all the way up. And of course the feet, the foot, unlike the rest of the legs, excuse me, is kind of limited, because you can put this more, if you want to put this up, as you can see, it's gonna pull off. So anyway, it's kind of limited on this side, but you can still do some nice pose even if it's blocked at 90 degrees and stuff like that. Like for example this one. The S can really turn in all the directions, so it's really nice. Like that, some crazy warlords, because the Bionicle were warlords I think. And yeah, so that's kind of all. I'm just gonna explain how to launch some squid for those who do not know. So it's maybe one of the worst collectible or predictable ever with the Rotuka. I get used finally to the to how to launch a squid, but at first it was really hard for me to launch a squid, so okay, it sucked, but I still managed to launch it, because sometimes it just blocks or it doesn't just want to launch. Yeah, that worked. So yeah, when you find how to shoot it correctly, it will work so perfect I think, but at first it's really one of the worst collectible projectile, excuse me, I experienced. And apart from that, I think that's all. So yeah, what are the drawbacks? Yeah, because it's gonna be interesting this time, because we're not gonna talk about some clone sets. So we're gonna do some individual sum ups this time. So what is to regret with this set? First of all, the articulation are kind of bad with the 90 degrees right ears. and the feet also. Then also the body is not covered up, so it's not really a problem for me, but still for some people I think that the fact that there is nothing here might annoy them. Then another problem is the fact that what I wanted to say. So yeah, we got that. Yes, the frame itself, the frame of the body and of the Bionicle, of the Kalmah, I mean, is not original because it's just some Pewaka in some reverse way. So there's nothing really new. And I think that's quite all. The Bionicle launcher can, the squid launcher can only be count as a drawback. It depends of people really, so I'm not gonna count this as a drawback. So yeah, drawback are the articulation, not really new frame, and the fact that the frame is kind of empty when you look on the front side. The good points are these new parts in 6 times in the set, so it's really useful for mockers, I think. And the part also is kind of nice with some nice red and some black fade. So it's I think these 2 colors are really generic. I mean, there are tons of mocks in dark red and black, so it will be kind of nice if you it will be really useful for those who want to use these 2 colors because they are used really often. So the color scheme is okay in my opinion. The mask also, I really like the head, but that may be a subjective point of view anyway. But I think they did manage to do something nice between the Bionicle and between the organic and mechanical look, in my opinion. Also, the tentacles are really nice in orange also, so not some random silver color. So yes, they're kind of nice, even if you can't really do that much with them, but still it's an original weapon in my opinion. And I think that's quite all. So yeah, also yeah, I say that this new part was interesting, but apart from this one, there are not really much to talk about with the parts because this one are really kind of just some Ordica fit modified. And the rest is just some deja vu part, even if it's hard to maybe get some with Sidorak to get these parts. But apart from that, I think that's a nice set. I think that Kalmah, in comparison to the other Bionicle, is an average set. It's okay, it's got a nice design, it's got these general feelings with his shoulder pads, so it's kind of nice, but apart from that, it does not bring any really innovation, and does not bring really tons of interesting parts. But also the Bionicle doesn't really use tons of old parts, so you can't really tell the drawback for him. And I think that's also yeah, it's a nice set. It depends on what you're looking for. Surely it's not the it's not one of the most original of the Bionicle. There are tons. I think that the 5 others are more original than him, apart from Kawapa, which is also the kind of the same frame. So yeah, it depends on what you look like. So, we will see what the other Bionicle look like on my other review. So I hope you enjoy this one, and see you later for another Bionicle video review. Bye bye!